cardboard quiver in these times of financial struggles and everything like that. Like, you know, we need to learn to do things sort of like that save us money, and how to build a quiver that will cost pennies and halfpennies. I've basically found a cardboard tube this morning, and I got some of the foam stuff that I shoot my arrows into, where I make my targets out of. I found a bag of offcuts that I had, and I just rammed that into the bottom. So it's got a nice, so when you drop an arrow into there, it's got a nice soft landing, if you see what I mean, which is quite useful, quite nice. So basically what I want to do now is to weatherproof it, and to sort of like make it so it's serviceable. And I also need to hang a belt off it. So you get an old belt and you can hang that off it. Now, I just want to show you something quickly. This is a quiver that I made from an arrow box. You know, when you buy your arrows, they come in that box. Now, I made this probably getting on for 3 years ago now. And I stuck an old belt in it, through it. And it's still hanging in there. It's perfectly serviceable. It's still got a bit of foam in the bottom, and it's basically things. So it is coming to the end of its life. You know, it's only a cardboard quiver. And that was going to be the name of my channel, actually, about 3 years ago. I was going to call my archery channel Cardboard Quiver. But I've decided not to. So I called it something else. I don't know what. I can't remember what I even called it now. Right? Yeah. But there you go. There's the belt, and we need to get this belt onto here. Now, it doesn't matter. I mean, I stick it on probably about a third, 2/3 that way, and a third that way. I'll stick it on there, and we'll put it about that far down. There's nothing, you know, measurable on this. I'll be back. Well, here's the belt, and all I did was go from there round over the top to hold the belt in. I've also gone round over the top and down inside, just for so that softens that off. The whole idea of this gaffer tape is to sort of like waterproof it, really, and it does several jobs. It waterproofs it, and I am now going to go round here and round here several times to sort of seal this in, and that's where the stress is going to be, on these pieces here and on these pieces here. So I reinforce them with a couple of layers of gaffer tape. Now, this costs about a £5, I suppose, and you'll probably use about 1/10 of it on the whole thing. So, you know, that is the cost. It's probably about 50p is what you're spending on this. Quiver, which is not too bad, really. Yeah. And also, I think, to be quite honest, no matter how poor something is, if you've made it yourself, it's better. It's better than something you haven't made yourself, if you know what I mean. And right, so all I've got to do now is do the rest of it in to put the rest of the gaffer tape to cover the rest of the cardboard. So there's no cardboard open to the elements on the outside, and it's just all black gaffer tape. I have no tools with me right now, so I'm just going to leave all this on and just go straight over the top, down over this, and away we go. So start off by going over the base, like that, and again, and everything is. Should do one more? Yep, why not? It doesn't hurt, does it? Right, I will be back. Right, I've covered it in gaffer tape. Right, nice and, you know, nothing, I haven't done this fancy or anything like that. I've just made a really rough thing. You know, see, gaffer tape looks oddly touched actually. Thank you very much. That's a $5's worth. And that's on there now, quite thing. And that one, the old one lasted, well, nearly 3 years now, so, well, probably more than 3 years. And so these can be repaired really, really easily anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, this will wear, to be quite honest, I know everybody slags off shoulder quivers as being impractical and what have you if you get leap thing. But actually for coziness, and if you're just doing some simple shooting and thing, like, you know, there you go. You know, and when you're recharging it again, I always sort of bring it round a bit and drop it in there like that from that way. But yeah, and that will fit on the waist as well quite easily. And away you go. You've got it wherever you want it then. Then you've got it there and it works there. Yeah, so cheap little quiver that you can make yourself. Now, everybody's thinking, well, you can buy them from on eBay very, very, very cheaply and get sent from China. I don't know if anybody follows geopolitics or anything like that over the next little while, but the way the United States and Britain are cutting it up with China at the moment, we might end up in the same sort of sanctions and boycotts that we've got with Russia. So anything you want to buy from China, I like these cheap carbon fibre arrows, or anything like that you want to buy, strings or things like that, even bows, I would get in there and do it fairly quickly, because within 6 months there might not be a chance to do that. Okay, just to, you know, just to let you know, might not happen at all, but I've got a funny feeling it might happen. Yeah, because the recession is, and for some reason America wants to scrap with China, which I can't understand why. Peace and love, may your arrows always fly straight. Have a good one. Oh. Bye.